What's good, y'all? It's your boy Trey Will be back with another video. Today we're gonna look at the deadliest meals or deadliest food that we can eat that can literally kill us. And it's crazy because why even go through that? Why put yourself through that type of Russian roulette? So hope y'all having a blessed day, and just a lengthy video, but I love lengthy videos. I'm gonna try not to pause too much because something we're gonna have to discuss on this video, because I just want to know what animals, what meals they gonna have on here, and have a heart to heart. Like, do we really need to be eating this, or can we avoid this altogether? So, hope y'all having a blessed one. Again, let's get into the video.
Taste? Well, today we're serving up a hot, steaming plate of the world's deadliest delicacies. But before we enjoy our last meals, why don't you head on over to that subscribe button? Then let us know down in the comments below what other deadly delights you want to tell us about. For now, it's a meal to die for. When talking about fish that could kill you, there is a distinct difference between a poisonous fish and a venomous fish. Venom is used when a fish bites its prey, but a fish can be poisonous simply due to its environment or its diet. The pufferfish falls into the latter category, as all of its toxicity comes from its diet, not from its tiny teeth. On the flesh and organs of the pufferfish can be found a powerful nerve toxin 100 times more poisonous than cyanide, with the added benefit of having no known antidote. Tetrodotoxin can kill you with as little as 0.002 grams, first with paralysis, followed by asphyxiation over a grueling 24-hour period. There's a reason they call it the Russian roulette of sushi. If most of your knowledge on this subject comes from the classic episode of The Simpsons where Homer accidentally eats poisonous fugu, let's clarify some info. Not just anybody is permitted to prepare and serve fugu. Chefs must go through extensive education on the fish's anatomy, its toxins, and all other manner of information related to the pufferfish, which can take upwards of 3 years to complete. So it's unlikely that an apprentice cook would be trusted to serve fugu to any customer. Even Homer. After months of training and a rigorous exam which only has a 30% success rate, sushi chefs are licensed to prepare.
Let's talk about this. If you gotta take a class for months and take an exam to just fix, I don't want it. I'm good. I'm just go down the street, go to Timmy Chan's or cook at home. Well, I don't want to eat something a person gotta take a exam on how to prepare and still have a chance to unalive myself eating this. Like, what are we doing? Are people this thrill seeking, or what's it called? A thrill junkie? They playing Russian roulette with their life for something to eat. That's crazy. Me, I'm not taking that risk. I'm just gonna go home, cook some, or I go to Timmy Chan's or Whataburger or whatever and eat something that I know I ain't gonna die from right off. Or I know that's safe for me to eat at least. Like, come on now. You gotta go to school for... Nah, I'm good.
And serve the dangerous fish. The first step in preparation is filleting the fish and removing all organs which contain the toxin. This includes liver, ovaries, and the skin, which are all so lethal that they are immediately discarded and often burned in designated areas. The flesh is then sliced up paper thin for sashimi, or served in hot pot or deep fried. Despite all of the precautions taken, the dish could still potentially contain poison. Since strict regulations in Japan govern the preparation and sale of fugu, which can only be obtained legally through reputable suppliers, fugu is considered a prestigious meal for those who can afford it. However, if your mouth is still watering at the thought of trying this forbidden fish, farmers in Japan have recently started regulating pufferfish diets to create non-poisonous fugu, but it just doesn't seem like it has the same thrill. Stonefish is an example of a fish that is venomous rather than poisonous. It's actually considered the most venomous fish in the world because its dorsal fin contains 13 poison-equipped spines that release venom that is extremely painful and could potentially be lethal. Once stung, the unfortunate victim can expect intense pain, respiratory weakness, cardiovascular damage, and maybe some convulsions and paralysis thrown in for fun. Extremely unlucky beachgoers can also experience death from a sting. Attacks are so prevalent that stonefish antivenom is the second most administered in Australia for severe cases, while lesser cases are typically treated with near boiling water to neutralize the venom. The sting is described as some of the worst pain a human can feel. So, naturally, we gotta find out what one of these things tastes like. Despite its dangers, stonefish are edible when they're properly prepared. The dorsal fin is first removed when served raw to take the venom fully out of the equation. Otherwise, the protein-based venom breaks down when heated. This allows for the fish to be considered a delicacy in parts of Asia, southern Japan, South Fujian, Guangdong, Hong Kong, and some regions of Vietnam, where it is also believed to have health benefits. The meat is very dense and white, with edible skin, and is usually cooked with ginger into a clear soup, or can be served raw as sashimi, with the skin still attached. Just make sure you ask them to 86 the fin. Cassava, also called yuca or manioc, is a staple food for more than 500 million people in Latin America, Africa, and parts of Asia. And since it's drought resistant, it is a very reliable food for areas with little rainfall. You can get cassava in two different flavors, sweet and bitter. Both varieties contain cyanogenic glycosides, which turn into cyanide when digested. The sweet roots are usually okay, with as little as 20 milligrams of cyanide per kilogram. But bitter cassava is a different story, with some reaching up to 1,000 milligrams. Both are dangerous to eat raw, with more bitterness in the taste equating to a higher toxin level. If cassava is not prepared by somebody who knows what they're doing, the result could be vertigo, vomiting, paralysis, collapse.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. This sound like them infomercials that them pills, like if you take this, it's gonna heal this. But the side effects, temporary blindness, vomiting, bloody stool, like what? These are the same side effects these pills give you. Like if you're allergic, contact your doctor. Or these pills, the side effect are throat swelling, temporary blindness, uncontrollable diarrhea. Like what? Who want to eat this? And again, you gotta prepare this. An expert gotta prepare this a certain way. Why people just, I don't know. People just want to gamble with their life, I guess.
And death within hours. Illegally sold bitter yucca fatally poisoned 28 people in 2017. So it is not something you should buy at 7-Eleven. To eat it safely, indigenous Caribbean and West African people have produced methods of grinding, soaking, fermenting, pressing, and boiling the root, which reduces the cyanide. Sweet cassava can be detoxified by cooking alone, but bitter cassava requires more extensive processing. Simply boiling the root can remove up to 50% of the cyanide, and even more if it's fried or baked. When it is properly prepared, cassava is highly nutritious and provides starch, fiber, vitamin C, calcium, magnesium, potassium, and also has the added benefit of being gluten-free. It can be used to make Jewish cholent, Brazilian farofa, and even bubble tea. Bioengineering hopes to reduce cyanide and improve nutrients like vitamin A and iron. But until then, you should make sure you're getting yours from a professional.
What's your hot take on crypto?
I don't think it's real.
We're asking students at Georgetown University questions about crypto, money, and investing. You traded crypto, know anything about it?
Trying to learn about health.
It's an evergreen tree native to West Africa that produces clusters of fruit, which change color from green to red as they ripen. Eventually, the fruit opens naturally itself up to reveal large black seeds, covered with yellow arils, similar to the seeds of a pomegranate. Pay close attention to that yellow coating. because that is the only part of the fruit that you are allowed to eat. Everything else will give you something called Jamaican vomiting sickness, which doesn't sound like a t-shirt in your picture on the wall. Those who prepare ackee harvest it carefully, ensuring that all fruit harvested is ripe and has already opened up. If they decide to cut corners and force them open themselves, the hypoglycin toxin can remain in the flesh. Naturally opened fruit is cleaned and lightly boiled before serving it to anyone. And it has a rich, buttery taste that is often compared to scrambled eggs or a soft cheese. Proper ackee is famously paired with saltfish, onions, peppers, and accompanied with boiled green banana, dumplings, or plantains. In fact, ackee and saltfish is Jamaica's national dish, traditionally eaten at breakfast or brunch as a central part of the island's identity. Usain Bolt is said to have it for breakfast regularly, and Jamaica even sent ackee to its athletes during the Beijing Olympics. You'll know pretty quickly if you get ackee that was not prepared properly, as you'll probably start exhibiting nausea, vomiting, dizziness, seizures, weakness, and in some cases, a coma and death.
Nah. I understand the nausea, the vomiting, dizziness. When it say seizures, it say weakness, it say coma, death. I'm good. Y'all got it. I'm gonna stick to a orange and a fruit. An orange and an apple. Like, hey, Ben, try. Nah, I'm good. I'm good, bro. Nah, I'm good. I don't want something that can put me in a coma that can kill me. I don't want nothing that have me with little seizure. Nah, I'm good. Y'all got it. The rest of my life.
Especially among children. Unfortunately, not much more distribution of the fruit has been done outside of Jamaica since its poisonous image has limited the amount of people who are interested in trying it. In the States, the FDA only permits canned ackee to be imported where all the poisonous stuff is removed beforehand. They don't understand the danger is part of the flavor. Shark fin soup has been used to demonstrate wealth, power, and fine taste for centuries. It originated during the reign of Emperor Taizu in the Northern Song Dynasty around 960. Shark fins are mainly consumed in China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Singapore, Macau, Indonesia, and Vietnam. Often used as a fixture in Chinese banquets, particularly weddings, prices can range from double to quadruple digits. In some cases, kitchens could be shelling out up to $400 per kilogram of the good fin. Hong Kong is responsible for processing half of the global supply, making it the world's biggest shark trading hub with 1 million sharks caught each year. Many shun the shark finning practice as cruel since the fins are cut off of the sharks while they are still alive, rendering them unable to swim. The controversial practice drives a multi-billion-dollar global trade value, but has caused some populations of sharks to decline by more than 90%, with nearly 60% of all shark species now threatened. On top of all that, a bowl of shark fin soup could seriously poison you if not prepared properly. While swimming through the ocean, sharks accumulate marine toxins, including mercury, methylmercury, arsenic, cadmium, and lead. High levels of methylmercury in particular can damage vision, hearing, memory, and muscle coordination. Hong Kong Center for Food Safety found supermarket samples with mercury levels up to 8 times the legal limit in 2017. More than half of the fins tested exceed safe levels of the carcinogen cadmium, and others exceed limits for arsenic. While poisoning cases are rare, the health risks, ethical implications, and all the other unpleasantness surrounding shark fins make most people want to go for a nice clam chowder instead. Just don't ask what happens to the clams. Fried, boiled, pressure-cooked, or grilled, there's almost no wrong way to prepare chicken. And its ubiquity in stores and restaurants may have you thinking it's one of the safer foods money can buy. But the truth is, before it's cooked, chicken has the potential to cause some real pain. Everyone knows you shouldn't eat raw or undercooked chicken because it can carry germs like salmonella. This can be especially tricky because raw chicken juice can cause foodborne illness, but it can also contaminate eggs, either by passing through their porous shells or internally from infected hens. Egg contamination was common in the mid to late 20th century, but became less common after better hygiene measures and vaccinations were introduced. Salmonella was a big concern in the late 1990s after the U.S. government reported that up to 20% of chickens were contaminated with the illness. Despite improvement in food inspection standards, rates of salmonella in humans continued to climb in the 2010s. CDC estimates believe salmonella causes 1.2 to 1.35 million illnesses annually in the U.S. and contributes to around 450 deaths per year. In fact, more people die from salmonella poisoning every year than they do from fugu poisoning. Poultry is the main offender, with chicken and turkey contributing to over 23% of foodborne salmonella illnesses. Salmonella is a tricky business. Around 1 million people every year become ill from eating contaminated poultry, and 1 in 7 people still have germs in their sink after cleaning it following raw chicken washing, prompting the USDA to advise not to wash chicken before cooking. It is now advised by the FDA to store raw chicken in the refrigerator for only 1 to 2 days, regardless of packaging dates, and keep the temperature below 40 degrees. It should be placed on the bottommost shelf to avoid dripping onto other foods and contaminating your whole fridge. However, if you're looking to go long-term with your poultry, it can be stored in the freezer safely for up to 9 months. But by month 10, you're better off trying the fugu. So what do you think? What's the most dangerous dish you've eaten? Let us...
I'm gonna say for the chicken part, like that makes sense. But chicken is worldwide, it's global. So it's like depending on where you get your chicken from. If you know local farmers, that's the best bet is local farms, or if you raise the chicken yourselves, cause you feeding them, you getting their health right and stuff like that. So them like the two ultimate ways to get not just chicken, beef and stuff like that. Having the chicken, raise them, or go to a local farm and get them. Them the best bets. But like the thing of it, you gotta know how to clean the fish, clean the chicken, wash them and stuff like that, and thoroughly wash and clean your sinks, depending on if you put them in the sinks raw or not. Cause I don't put them in the sinks. I have gloves and I wash them I wash them with water. Thoroughly wash them, clean them, stuff like that. My mom, she showed me how to thoroughly clean chicken so you won't get salmonella and stuff like that, because that is a thing. Like, some people don't know how to clean chicken thoroughly. So that's another thing. I'm going to have to do a video on that. But that makes sense because if you don't, like me, I pay attention to a lot of health stuff. I get like newspaper articles, and I watch different videos about recalls, about animals getting, catching sickness and stuff like that. So if you're not informed on what's going on with the animals and stuff, it's easy to get sick. Cause there are like cases now, like, what is it called? Like livestock getting sick and stuff like that. So you gotta be careful. So you gotta be informed as well. So that makes sense about the chicken, but this was wild. Most of this stuff is like rich people food, people that got money type stuff, and cultural stuff. So y'all let me know what y'all thought of the video. Will y'all try any of these delicacies or these dangerous foods? Would y'all just call it quits and do, cook at home or eat somewhere out? Me, I'm not taking no chance. And that fan stuff, that's most like poaching. That's why I'm like, fans? But Hong Kong, it makes sense. It's a lot of water over there, so that make a whole lot of sense. But y'all let me know. Hit that like button. Comment. Let me know what y'all thinking about the video. Share. And y'all have a blessed one, man. The Most High love you. Jesus love y'all. Holy Spirit, I love you. And y'all take care. And y'all, stay warm. Stay out the cold. Peace.